We're live. Okay, so it's Wednesdays, Pilates in small bites. This is Anita with Explore Pilates. And I had some thoughts for today about feet. We're going to get there, but not right away. So the first thing is to find yourself a mat and to roll down your spine until you are lying down. You're going to lift one leg up to the ceiling and extend the other leg long. You can point or flex that foot, whichever you prefer. This leg is going to be lifting up and out of your hips. You're going to sink your belly down to the floor. Point the toe and flex the foot. Point the toe, flex the foot, and just notice what the back of your leg is saying to you as you flex the foot. Sometimes if you're tight, you'll find that the knee wants to bend, and so gently coax it back into a lengthened position and point and flex. You do this about 10 times. This is a great thing to do first thing in the morning. If you're doing this right, if you're sinking your pelvis down, you're pulling your abdominals down to the mat, you will get a very deep stretch, okay? So if it's too intense, you can also lower the foot and work there, okay? This is really important also for not only back of the leg, but also for your lower back. If you're tight in your hamstrings, it's going to pull on your lower back. So I have exactly that problem here. That's how I know. And I felt it as tightness in my lower back on the left side. And when I did this stretch, I noticed that my knee kept bending. You may be able to see that. And I'm trying to coax more length into the back of the knee as I stretch. I'm trying not to pull on the knee, but rather just lengthen, remind myself to lengthen there. Get the stretch in the back of the calf, back of the heel, and obviously back of the hamstrings as well, feeling that whole connection. At this point, I stopped counting. All right. And bend the knee. Tuck your chin to your chest and roll on up to seated. All right. So, who we got with me? Hi. Happy Wednesday. So, I got little balls, and we can now come up to our feet, come up to standing, and you've got the ball on a surface that it's not going to roll away. So like on a yoga mat, rubbery mat, sport mat, anything, carpet, rug, and you're going to roll the ball underneath your foot. You put a little bit of pressure on that foot, and if I show you from the side, I'm actually letting that knee bend and just letting ran out of words there as the ball went under my arch. Okay, and you want to balance yourself on both feet, pull your stomach in and up, lengthening, and give some love to your feet. We stand on them all day and perhaps forget to roll out. All right, and then go to the other side, same treatment, getting the bottom of the feet and letting the knee bend so that the lower leg can roll forward and backwards. And this is a racquetball. You can buy 3 of those for like $5 at Target. At least pre-COVID, that's what they were. And so you can use these also not just under your feet, but you can use them under your shoulder blades. You can just lie flat down, put 2 balls underneath the shoulder blades, and let that release. So, oh, hi, Rebecca. Rolling out my feet. And yeah, okay, so that part is done. And then you can also do ankle rolls, pick up the foot, and do ankle rolls. So that was one thought. There's a whole series of exercises that you could do for your feet, but this was the most important thing. And I'm not going to go into foot corrector exercises because I want to keep these short, and those tend to run about 5 minutes. Another thought I had was when we do some mat work, there's the exercise where we have one leg pulling in and the other leg extending. This is our single leg stretch, we call it. And I've noticed that when I go this way, I'm like actually tilting and tilting, and I feel very crooked. So I've discovered a way to straighten myself out. And I'll just have, if you do exercises like that where you've got one leg extending and one leg pulling in, this is really helpful, okay? So I have one leg extended and the knee bent here, and I pull it in. I'm going to try to roll back and not move my heel. See how my heel kind of comes back? I'm going to do my best not to just let it shorten and shrink into my pant leg, but rather keep it still on the mat. And that means something else has to move. It is going to move a little bit, but that awareness helps me as I roll back to open the hip flexor. So you'll see it on the other side. And then I'm going to use my abdominals to come up. So I roll back, inhale, and I exhale up as if there is an exercise where we have both knees pulled up and we're rolled into a ball. I'm going to try to plant that heel down a little bit more so that I stretch up in the upper leg. Doesn't look like much. I always say that. Doesn't look like anything, but once you get that connection. So there's that heel. When I press it down, all the muscles are activated on my leg. So it's not just hanging out, like no activation here, but rather I'm pushing that leg, pushing the heel down, and I can see the muscles here have turned on. Pull my belly back, and I'm going to try to stretch. There is a way to move here. Like that heel does not have to come back if I allow the hip flexor to open up, and then I use my abdominals to come up. Now, I just did this quick check at my pant seam. I want to make sure that the pant seam stays straight the whole time. If it goes off to the side as I roll back, that means I'm torqued. The word I'm looking for, I'm rotated, I'm twisted. Okay, so I want to actually just come back on both sits bones, and that also helps me keep that heel down. And you could try this with me and have a look at your pant seam. You'll see like it goes off to one side if you have a twisted pelvis like most of us do, and then you do that. All right, and you'll feel your obliques working to bring you up. Then we go into the single leg stretch again. One leg long and the other knee pulled in. Open the hands and switch, and just experience how, ooh, now my obliques are keeping me strong. My hip flexor actually opens up so that I don't twist off to the side. You can't see that from this angle, but I can see that I have like grid on my windows, and I can see that my feet track as they go out and come back in. So if I show you from this side, like this is what happened to me before, and this is what I am trying to do now. Okay, so I gotta run. That was our Pilates in small bites for today, and you can find this video on YouTube as well. And if you have any questions, just send me a message. All right, see you soon. Bye.